and welcome back to my Arsenal YouTube channel. I'm just going to talk about tomorrow's game away at Leicester City. A huge clash for the team. A really important game for Arsenal Football Club, for the fans, for everyone that is associated with the club. It's going to be a massive challenge against third place Leicester. We're in 11th currently at the moment. We have 34 points from 25 games. Actually, we have 10 wins and 11 losses. So that tells you enough about how our season is going at the moment under Mikel Arteta. Leicester, of course, like I said, are up in third place. They have 25 games played, 15 wins, 4 draws and 6 losses. 49 points, and they're banging in the goals. So that tells you all you need to know about that. It's going to be a huge game for the club. Like I said, we're away to them. Game is tomorrow at midday. I'm just going to talk a little bit about what I think the score is going to be, what I think the team selection is going to be, and what Mikel Arteta's tactics should be, because we all know he's struggled in that department recently. The team has just come off the back of a Europa League win against Benfica, so we're into the next round, where we of course will play Olympiacos on the 11th of March is the first game, and the 18th of March is the second game, both Thursdays. The venue for those two matches for the last 16 tie has yet to be decided. Because of COVID and everything, it's changed a lot of things. Back to tomorrow, back to the Leicester City game. I'm just going to say what result I think it'll be. Can we win? I honestly think it's going to be a very hard game, and I'm not being negative, but I think if we got a point out of the game, if we got a draw out of the game, it would be job well done. Leicester are at home, they're firing on all cylinders, up to third place in the league, and they could go even higher. They have a dangerous team, a team full of quality from the front to the back, and of course the man to watch is that man, the guy that loves playing against Arsenal, Jamie Vardy. If he even gets a sniff a goal, if we start like we did against Manchester City, it'll be all over in 10 minutes basically. I'd say he could hit a hat-trick in that time, no problem. He won't be as sloppy with the finishing as the Manchester City guys were. So that's something to think about when Arteta's making his team selection with his tactics. He's got to account for that. But how do you do it? Zonal marking, man marking, do a one-on-one up against Vardy. I would honestly get someone to man mark him and go one-on-one against him and follow him on around the pitch, battle him everywhere. That's the way we play against him. Obviously, if the guy is after getting beaten, someone else needs to come across and just put the ball out or put Vardy on his ass. Simple as that. I honestly think if we get a draw, it would be a good result. That's my prediction for the game anyway. It's going to be a score draw. Team selection, Thomas Partey is available. I would play him in the midfield. Of course, Leno picks himself. That I would have, even though he made a mistake, I would have Cedric as right back. I would have Gabriel and David Luiz in the middle, and then as our left back I would have, of course, the wonderful Kieran Tierney. In the midfield, like I said, I would have Partey in the middle if he's fit. Then I would play Granit Xhaka, but if there's anyone else that can win instead of him, I would play them. I don't rate that guy, I made no secret about it. On the wings, of course, Bukayo Saka. Front, I would say he hasn't played in a while, but yeah, I think Pepe, and because of those two goals he scored in the European game, I would have Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. That's a team I would play. I would have as a 4-4-2. Just going to talk a little bit about Mikel Arteta. Of course, the team got through. They won the Europa League game recently. We're through to the last 16 one-away place Olympiacos, like I said. How he's actually doing things at the club and what's going on. He was a bit lucky in that game, to be fair. And if it wasn't for Saka, we would be out. Our youngest player, our player of the month for the last 2 months, for me, our player of the season, Bukayo Saka. If it wasn't for him, we would already be out of the competition. So Mikel Arteta, can he take credit for that win? I honestly don't believe so, because the mistakes that happened, the way the team were performing, players play and managers manage, and that's all there is about it. If Arteta felt he didn't have the necessary skills to take on the team, maybe he shouldn't have. And I like the guy. I'm actually a fan of his. I've supported him through it all, even when we were dropping down into the relegation zone. Even then, I said let's give him time. But honestly, guys, you have to ask yourselves, can he lead us to the Premier League title? Because at the end of the day, that's what we should be aiming for. Can he bring us the title? I honestly think the man does not have the experience necessary, and I believe he needs to go, leave the club, and drop down to the assistant manager when we get someone more experienced. Of course, there are players I would also get rid of. He has some dead wood, some real useless players at his disposal. That probably doesn't help the guy, but yeah, he should do something about it. Talk to the board, move these guys on. I'm talking about Granit Xhaka. I'm talking about Mohamed Elneny. Bellerin, who I've heard now is going to be leaving in the summer. Hopefully, we can get rid of him. There's a lot of very average players in there, and they need to be moved on. The young guns, the young players have really shone the way and shown the way for Arsenal recently. Not the more established guys taking home 200k a week. Willian is another guy that, in my opinion, has no future at the club. They're not helping Arteta Why he plays them, what their contracts are, is beyond me. He throws out Ozil, why doesn't he freeze those guys out too? They bring nothing to the team. Absolute zero. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching my video. If you want to see more content on Arsenal Football Club, subscribe to my channel. Of course, like and comment in the comment section below. And see you next time. Come on, you Gooners. See you tomorrow, guys.